So I just want to do a quick video comparing the Pilot Precise V5 to the Pilot Precise V7. I'm looking at the specific version called the RT, which is the retractable, but these pens are also sold in a non-retractable, just as a standard V5, and then also another version called the, or standard V7, also another version called the cartridge, which is a non-retractable as well. And in common parlance, especially in software and things like that, when you see V5, you would think version 5 and version 7. And so, wow, there must be a big difference between version 5 and version 7. And for some reason, they didn't release a version 6. But in actuality, what these pens mean is V5 simply means it's a 0.5 millimeter, and V7 means it's a 0.7 millimeter. So I know that's a little bit disappointing, but these two pens are actually exactly the same. And they're sold in different color varieties and things like that, but they are the same pen, different size, point. And we can go through the features by features and confirm that, or you could just shut the video off and take my word for it. But you could see, same tip. Both are needlepoint pens. You can't really tell the difference, or maybe you kind of can if you have sharp eyes and a magnifying glass or something like that. This is the V7, this is the V5, so maybe you could tell that the V7 is slightly larger. Same grip area, plastic body. The design are different because I have the V5 in this series. This is called the I'll tell you what the colorway is. It's specifically called the Deco Collection. And the Deco Collection just means it has this pattern here. It's not particularly deco to me. I would call it maybe the Art Nouveau collection, but sure, we'll go with that. And this is is how the V7 ships. Both of them have the wrapped clip there, which is I think very aesthetically appealing, but again, completely the same. And then this very skinny little button, which is actually rather uncomfortable if you're a compulsive button clicker. But the two pens are the same. Opening them up, you can see it's a pretty standard looking Pilot cartridge, again with the needle point there. And then same deal here. And then we should be able to confirm it here. Pilot BXS 7V, V7 RT Japan. And then on this one, BXS V5 RT Japan. So just a little bit further confirmation of the V5 and the V7. These things never say 0.7 millimeter or 0.5 millimeter on them. On the model number, it'll always be the 5 or the 7. So yeah, that is the difference between the Pilot Precise V5 and the Pilot Precise V7, as well as in this case the Pilot Precise V5 RT and the Pilot Precise V7 RT. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Thanks for watching. But before we wrap up, let's just do some quick writing. The V7 is definitely a fairly generous flow. It's kind of obviously a needle tip, so it's not a ton of ink, but it's a nice amount of ink. I think these pens are okay overall. I didn't want to get into a full review just because there's a time and a place for that. But these are pretty nice, and it's got a pretty nice ink flow. I think the V5 is a little bit less ink than I would want, even out of a 0.5 millimeter. But they are good pens, very reliable day-to-day pens. I do prefer the V7. I think it's a pretty good amount of ink and limited smearing, pretty quick drying. But yeah, that's it. Any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching.